Welcome to Attican Plays Railroad Corporation. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Railroad Corporation, the Wonderful Forest Challenge on Hard. This is a completely different animal from playing it on medium or easy, and that's why we're making a different set of videos for this. So let's jump into this. And I'm going to assume for this that you have watched the medium playthrough or you're familiar with this challenge, one or the other. If you haven't watched the medium, I would recommend going back and watching that. Of course I would, it's my video. But I think you'd find that helpful to understand what's going on. I'm going to assume you know what's going on with this thing and you're just trying to get it done on hard, because that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get it done on hard. So I've got it paused here because I want to talk about what do we have to do. We have to get $300,000 on our account and build up an economic engine that's going to support some very expensive activities later on with the lumber, as we all know, or should know. So how are we going to do that? Well, it's very interesting. We could, for example, buy this wheat field, put a farm in here, run wheat into the farm, sell the meat, make money. But the interesting thing is that in the early term, you definitely make money doing that, but it's just about a break-even process in terms of buying that, putting the meat in, and selling the meat to Port Orange. The sales to Port Orange would just about make that a break-even. That's kind of not worth doing. What we're going to do, I think, to start out with, we are going to, just as we did before, we're going to run out here and hook into that grain. We will not buy the grain immediately, but we're going to set up the grain to have a couple places where we can pick up and make money. One is down here in Shreveport. We can make money by buying grain here and selling it here to this small farm. And we can sell 40 units down here. It says 20, but it'll keep making meat until it has 20 there, and then you sell 20. You can basically sell 40 units in here, is the short way of saying that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to set up our trains to sell 20 units into Shreveport. Okay, so let's take our first three. Let's take a couple of these and point them toward Shreveport. Let's take that third one and point him back to the city of Port Orange. Now, what we can do that would be short-term profitable is go ahead and put a farm in Port Orange. And in fact, I think that's what we'll do. We'll buy this, we will construct a farm, and then we're going to get a couple more trains and point them back toward that farm. There we go. That should be good. That's spent all our money and we should be good to go. We'll get this double tracked when we get the opportunity, when we've made some money. But now we're going to set up the farm to sell directly to City Hall. Now you could say, now another way we could have done this, by the way, is to sell here, buy this meat and sell it here at a profit, and that would work. But I much prefer, if we can, the selling of the end product without a train. That to me is particularly with these small trains, that to me is the way to go. Okay, recouping our money rather quickly because these are nice 7,000 a pop kind of thing, so that's good. We'll let this next batch run in here and then we'll go ahead and do some double tracking, at least on this line. We don't need it here. These two trains can wait a moment on each other. It's not a big deal. All right, I want to level this up There's some construction going on near me, so I apologize if it's a little noisy. Okay, did we get a contract come up? Yes. Okay, now let's talk about contracts on hard. We have to take 14 cotton from here to here. It would be the obvious thing. We could go out here, of course, but that would be a little silly. But 14 cotton would cost us 14,000, you know, $16,000, 17,000, whatever it is. To buy them, we're only going to get paid 74,000. We would have to tie up all of our trains in order to get that done, and we still might not quite make it. So we're going to pass on that. We're just not going to do that contract. Remember, contracts like that, they're completely optional. They're only a way of making money. We could make good money on them when they were easier, but now that they're asking for a lot and we have to buy the goods, we have to lay the track, we have to do all that other good stuff, no thank you. Now, the other place we could make some money is textiles, of course. There is no textile factory for us to use, so we will put our own in Port Orange here. That'll be going to be our next step. Our next step is going to be we'll continue the sales, continue to grow Cathedral City, and continue to make money on our meat. And we're going to need another source of income, and that's going to be textiles into Port Orange. And so we'll run a line out here and set up the trains and buy some land and put in a textile factory. Okay, we're looking pretty good on the money. So now what I'm going to do here actually is expand this out to level 5. I hate doing that, but I want to delete that and run it into that like so. And then we'll run this line out. Like so to the cotton. You see that one hesitate? That's because I made a change. He had to sit there and wait a minute and figure out how he was going to get to his destination. We're going to get a couple of trains and put them out here. And get them ready. See, our good money here is kind of drying up a little bit. How are we doing over here? Yeah, see, now they've made the 20, but they're back to high price because they've got room for 20 more. But that's going to end as well. So our money making here is going to dry up. Our money making here is going to slow way down. It's already slowing down some. And I'm going to have these guys buy some cotton and take it there. And you buy some cotton and take it there. And you can pause. Now, we got the money, we're going to buy this land, we're going to construct a textile factory. Now we can tell this guy to unload in the textile factory. And T7, we can tell him to unload in the textile factory. And we can tell our textile factory to sell directly to the city. And now this guy here has, we don't need wheat over here anymore. I'm going to put him on textiles to pump that up a little bit. And then we're going to go here and buy this now, because now we can sell it. We can sell immediately. We can make rapid sales. See, we can sell a whole bunch of units very, very quickly to Cathedral City, and that's going to recoup the cost of that rapidly. So we bought the stuff for a while. Now we're getting this for free, so that's going to make this even more profitable. Our problem with all that now is, though, we don't have a customer. We don't have a good customer for our meat. There is one down here that we can certainly grab, and we've got a whole bunch of other contracts. But look at this. We would need like 9 trains a single trip, or 5 trains back and forth to get that done. Probably wouldn't make it, and don't make that much anyway. This lumber, if we had the connections, wouldn't be too awful bad, except that you have to pay $4,400 a shot for it. You'd need 8, so 35,000 or so, and then you only get 78. So, you know, and plus you run the risk that you're not even going to make it, right? So forget that. Now we would love to have, I think what we're going to do here is be conservative. We're going to sit, we have to have $300,000 in 150 days. Now what we can do, of course, we could build track down here to Old Reno and start running our meat down there and run some passengers back and forth. That would not be the worst idea we've ever had. It's a bit of a risk, though. We only got 150 days. So now we're at a crucial point where we have to decide, are we going to run that risk? No, we're just going to sit. I think we can make enough money. Yeah, let's call it 10,000 a pop times 770,000. We can make it off the little bit of sales we get here, a little bit of sales we get here. When this grows up to 1,000, we can start selling our wheat over here to the actual city rather than to the farm. Because see, we're only going to get this is going to be it for that. We're not going to sell anymore to that farm. It's tapped out unless we start buying that meat, and we're not going to do that. So we've got the DeWitt Clinton, but it's going to be expensive to upgrade all our trains, and we're not going to do that until we're comfortable with our money. So this is going to be tough. I don't see any more growth here. I'd love to get that up to 1,000, but that's okay. I'll tell you what we can do instead is just scrap these 2 trains. Okay, we're at 182. Oh, good. We've got more room for growth on the textiles. In fact, this guy here, I'm going to switch him over to this. As soon as he finishes that, I'll apply and he'll have new orders. There we go. Okay, we're 220, looking good. So we're going to trickle in every 145 seconds. We'll sell a meat. And we've still got 7 more of these, 70,000. Good. We've got, it's going to work out just about right. And we're actually pretty good right now, because once we get over about 260, a little buffer, there we go. The 300, if we go negative when they take that 300,000 away from us, we're okay. Oh, and we've got passengers. We could actually run passengers now. So why don't you load? We'll get a little passenger revenue going here. Oh, we're looking very good now. And I think before we start switching over to DeWitt Clinton, just to be conservative, we're just going to let this 30 days pass, make sure we've got our money. Because once we get past this, we've survived. And once you've survived, then you're just sort of, then we have to go into phase 2, which is kind of a combination of surviving and we're growing so that you can accommodate some sunk costs in lumber. We're going to have a lot of sunk costs in lumber where we're not really getting paid for it to the full extent, but that's okay. See, even those tools, 114,000, you have to buy them for about 60 grand. So you're not even making that much on top of what your outlay is, and you run the risk of not making it and not making any money at all. Okay, so there we go. We have survived, and we've even got $57,000. Okay, so now there's new sets of tasks for us to do. We could look into those. We can look into switching over and getting rid of these trains. I see one is broken down that has decided it wants to go away, so goodbye. Okay, so we have survived. That's kind of the first phase. Now, the second phase here is kind of expand and grow, because our little footprint here is as we've already noted, it's diminishing. You see, we're maxed out on Port Orange. We need more customers. We need more money. We need another source of revenue. So we're starting to get some money. We're going to expand now. Now that we're safely past that $300,000 survival, we're going to expand. We're going to build a line that goes from Port Orange over to Old Reno, our second largest city. From our largest city to our second largest city. That's going to give us the opportunity to sell some of the meat. It's going to give us the opportunity to get some passenger revenue and to get Old Reno growing, because we need to expand the whole area in order to create a customer base that's big enough for us to support all the expenses that we're going to have to take on down the road. So we're going to set up a double track between Port Orange and Old Reno. And there isn't much to say about that, is it? I'll just shut up until I'm done here. And I wasn't, again, I'm not paying much attention. I spent into the negative, but that's okay. We should be able to recover. Here we go. We've got, this train has broken down. This one's about to break down. We'll kill it. T6, I'm going to turn this one into a DeWitt Clinton. this guy here, T5, I'm going to upgrade him, even though that may put us in negative as well. Oh, he broke right before he got there. See, we don't have much right now. We don't even have any trains. All right, it's time to buy a train. All right, let's go run some meat down here. Pick up some optional passengers. DeWitt Clinton, we got another one. Okay, we're slowly. See, we're almost having to recover. We're almost in a recovery phase here. 1 year later, what are they saying? Start the logging work. We didn't do the tools. All right, now there's 24 grain. 43 days, forget it. Okay. Now the good news is this train here will make good money. Yeah, it sure did. We're going to run another one. And after these two, our next train will be a passenger train to go down there to start growing Old Reno with passengers. And then we're going to think about running grain down there, as a matter of fact. So let's do another one. And I want to put repairs back here on this end as well. And we can run passengers. Oh, look at this. Cathedral City can now take meat. Good deal. All right, good. Now we've got some customers. Okay, special law was about the best friends we don't have anymore. Good for us. That grain we can't do. We know this one won't work, this Crystal Lake. However, again, just like last time, we are going to expand out here. We're going to get up a nice little 3-city cluster out here, which will be very profitable for us. So we're going to Okay, let's set up a passenger mail line. Look here. We can set up we can start feeding grain over here to Pomona. And we can expand down this way. And we'll start running grain into Crystal Lake to make some money and grow it. Notice we haven't done anything with our logging work yet. We're going to have to get on that soon, but we need a bigger footprint, and if we're going to be successful, we've got to have a bigger footprint. And we'll start running grain in there. There we go. Now we've expanded out a bit. Now it's interesting, we could create another customer right here by just buying some of this meat, maybe selling it in Cathedral City, and actually grow this town, because every time we buy one of these, we add 35. We'd only need to do 9, about 4. A couple of runs would grow this into a customer for our grain. So why don't we do that? Shoot, we'll just grab another. We're going to grab 2, sell them there. And we're going to put a repair shop in there. Okay, now what do they want us to do? Grain we failed, of course. This one we don't care about. Textiles and meat. Now, this is right in our wheelhouse, because this one, what we can do is say, okay, go to this contract. And if you have any meat, sell it to the contract. Here, go to this contract and deliver your textiles to that contract. There we go. Those 2 we can do for sure. Now the meat one is going to delay our meat sales to other cities for a minute, so we'll probably get some delays right here, but that's okay, because these are worth money. This is, $145,000 and turn $20,000, and they're really not costing us anything other than the delay on delivery of some meat. Our cost for this is minimal, and our gain is tremendous. So this is going to be a good one. You can see we're already at 16, we're already at 9, so we're getting there. Oh, and we could do run some posts back and forth between Port Orange and Cathedral City. And we can run some textiles. As soon as we fulfill this contract, we'll start running textiles over here. In fact, I'll just set it up now so I don't forget it. And he'll just sit there for a bit until we fulfill this contract, but we're close on it. And I think we're going to start, let's do this. Let's run some wheat down here. Pick up some optional passengers coming back and help grow Old Reno even more. Okay, our textiles is going to pop here. We really probably need, we got two. Let's see. What in the world's that? Oh, that's the, we've got one. Do we need a second one? I don't think so. I think we're good. Okay, we need to save some money so the guy can go off and do some research on the John Bulls. Okay. Okay, there's the textiles. Now we've got some money. Okay, now I said a medium when we went up here and went across and then down here. We could go across right here and go up. This is not a great one. This is a good one right here to come up like this and come through. And of course we can go down here as we did in the other one too and start one down this way. And I have to say, I think I like, ooh, it's a tough call. This has grown. We've done a good job growing Cathedral City. We can put a sawmill right here, connected up this way. So I think we'll do that. I think we're going to put a sawmill right here. We'll buy this land, construct a sawmill, which I could have waited on. Shame on me. And we're going to come out of this third socket here, so to speak. We're going to use the same technique we used in the medium difficulty to go over here and get up on this high ground and come across, tunnel our way over here to the other side, and go in like so. And we're going to expand this out, put in repairs, and then double track it back. Let's see here. Looks like we're going to have to cut it off before the tunnel, which is fine. Do it like that, and then come over here to the other side of that bridge. And this actually saves us a lot of money doing it this way, so we don't make another bridge and more tunnel. Okay. Okay, there's 10 workers there. I think we need 7. Yeah, 7. We need 7. So let's run John Bull. And another John Bull. And yeah, let's see here. And we'll duplicate that and grab 3. And we'll duplicate that and grab 3 and go. God, look at Crystal Lake. We did okay. We've done 14. Now what's this meat? Oh, that's the contract we're working on. We should finish that soon, shouldn't we? We're at 14. I think we need another. Where's our train hauling grain? This guy. We need a second one. We need grain coming a little faster now. We're selling to multiple markets. Oh, look here. Our little approach worked. Now we can stop selling the meat from there, but it's grown enough we can start selling our grain over here. So once he's sold that, I will apply. There we go. And now I'll switch him over to being grain delivery to here. So by buying a little bit of meat here and selling it here, we still made a profit on it. We were able to grow this one enough, and now we've got a new customer, and he'll eventually have passengers and other stuff that we would like. So you guys, when you get out there, just stop. When you get out there, stop. When you get out there, stop, and when you get out there, just stop. Okay, don't come back. All right. Okay, we're almost done with that meat contract. That's taken a while, and it has cost us. It's cost us, some sales down here. It's cost us. Well, we got sales here because we were buying stuff. Okay, are we running textiles over here? Yeah, we are. Okay, there, we fulfilled that meat contract. Did surprisingly well on Crystal Lake. We got like 18 out of 24. And now they need meat. Oh, good. We're in great shape here. All right, so our investment down here is starting to pay off because now they need meat in Crystal Lake. So we're going to buy this. We're going to put in a farm. We're going to switch him over to unloading at the farm. And we're going to start selling meat to Crystal Lake. And what we can do, I mean, we're just going to have another train run down here and grab more wheat just to keep feeding the city until it no longer needs feeding. Okay, so when this train pulls in, we should have logging set up here in Arlington. There we do. Okay. So we know that we have to start piling up logs in Port Orange. In Port Orange, we also know it's going to start getting traffic. So we're going to prepare for that by putting in coal warehouses or speed. I'd rather have speed down here. So we're going to make it into a little super station that turns people around quickly. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to set them up for 4, even though they're slow, because we know when the improvements come back, they'll do better. So you go into that sawmill right there. And you do the same thing. And then your job is going to become grab that stuff and take it to Port Orange. And we'll fix that in just a minute. And you right there, your job is going to be grab that stuff and take it to Port Orange. And we're going to buy this land right here, construct a warehouse, max bump it up, and then we're going to tell these guys that are making their deliveries to unload into our warehouse. And if they want to, they can they could grab some post if it happens to be available and drop it off here. And then this guy here can unload into the warehouse, pick up some post if it's available, and drop it off here. And okay. Pile up 25 lumber in Port Orange. Ooh, see how much, here's the other part of, I mentioned that the harder contracts make hard more difficult. There's the other thing. You have to do more lumber. So you don't have the same money making opportunities, yet you have large requirements in terms of what you have to do. Now, here what we're going to do, we've got clothing. We absolutely want to put clothing business, a clothes factory in Port Orange. And we want to say to you, we want you, if you have more, I'm going to say more than 2, because we are taking some out to the other cities, to the other towns. If you have more than 2, we want you to go over there. Is that what I just said? Yes. And then the farm, you can just put all of your leather in our clothing factory. There we go. And our clothing factory can sell directly to the City Hall. And that will make us some very nice money. And we're about to get passengers here in Pomona. Okay, there, we just got some improvements on the John Deere. And we can run some passengers. And we need to step up our cotton. If I can find the cotton picking train. Right here. Yeah, and you can let's duplicate that with another DeWitt Clinton. Okay. Failed to put repairs on that one for a while, and I had a big long repair cycle, so I'm just going to replace it so it can get back to work. All right, 280. If we get up to about 350, I will set up another sawmill. Well, actually, you know what we could use? We could use, it won't cost as much to do this. We're going to take advantage of that same bridge and the same line, the same sawmill, and just start feeding it more goods. Let's see. John Bull. He can take all 7. Two, 4, 6, 7. A little slow, but we're going to have him crawl out there because I don't want any more trains out there. Okay, go. Hey, he's about to improve it anyway. It's going to get better here in a minute. It was 16 miles per hour. Now, let's see what it is. $34. Oh, it's much better. It's a nice train now. There, we're finally starting to see some clothing being made. Oh, we need textiles down here. Shoot. You know what? I think we're going to. I think we'll put a textile business in Old Reno, and then when these grow, we can use it to feed these down here. That sounds pretty good. So let's expand this out. Increase its capability a bit. Move these over here and here. And run a line out here to this cotton. Pick up a DeWitt Clinton to go here and here. And buy that, put in textiles, and have our train unload at the textiles, and then we will sell the textiles directly to Old Reno. And when you get out there, just stop. And when you get out there, just stop. Okay, now we've got a new one. I'm also going to bump these up so that they are running 5. Take advantage of that extra power. And down here, we'll set these guys up to run 5. Okay. How much time we got? 183 days. We're at 6, so we need to move on. We need to bump up these guys here. This one, he now needs to load 4 and 4. And we need to open up more of these because we're just not supplying fast enough. Let's go to Woodbridge, I think. So funky looking track there right here, but that's okay. We're not going for pretty. Now the question is, do we want to, no we don't. We'll just, if we want wheat out there, we'll run it from Cathedral City to the one we own. Okay, this video is probably getting to about the right length. So we can stop right here. And when we come back in the next episode, we'll continue to expand our logging, watching our money closely, because we are, of course, picking up more and more expenses here as we go. But we will keep going with this, expand and grow, and start running our lumber in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player, and I hope you'll join us for our next Railroad Corporation video. Thank you.